Hey guys, what's up? It's Tribos is doing here just a good 10-second about this video. And today I will be doing a guide in League of Legends on Sion. Sion is a godlike burst nuking champion that can be played AD or AP, but this guide is going to be pretty much AP because I find it's the more effective and more viable playstyle on him. Okay, so let's get into some of his abilities. First, his Q is a pretty long stun that deals a significant amount of damage and will proc your Lich Bane later in the game, and causing you to deal tons of damage, and is a great ability. So, and you're going to want to be maxing that Q second. So, now, let's get into his W. This is the ability you're going to be maxing first because it's a nuke and it's also a shield that will protect you. So, it's the best of both worlds and it's great. And so you're going to want to be maxing this first, and as you can see, that first capability can really take down some people. Next, your E is not the most useful ability on AP Sion, but because you're going to be farming a lot with your W, it will give you about 2,700 health late game just because of that. So it's definitely a good ability, and it will stack up your health for late game. Now let's go through early, mid, and late game and see what items you're going to get and kind of how you're going to play in those categories. So for early game, you're either going to want to start off with a Doran's Ring or Boots and 3 HP pots. I prefer Doran's Ring though. And after that, you're going to want to either head top or mid lane. I do prefer top lane, but mid lane is still a great pick, and you could counter a lot of casters in the mid lane. So you're going to want to start off picking your W first and either heading mid or top lane. This particular game, I was mid lane, and I was versing a Pantheon, which is actually kind of a weird lane for Sion. And I did fairly well. I beat him in farm, but he actually killed me more than I killed him. So it did work out in my favor. And pretty much right at level 1, you're going to want to start farming with that Q and really just farm. So usually you're going to want to get blue on Sion, pretty much just so you can spam your abilities and not run out of mana. And then you could use your R to keep sustained in the lane. But once you get that blue, you'll pretty much be unstoppable. Once it runs out, you're going to want to try to conserve mana more. And right here in Ebb, actually, a level 2 Eve has actually tried to come and counter jungle. But we'll immediately take her down super quick, using that Ignite and that Flash, and able to pick her off with my Q and W, and then head back to mid lane. Okay, so in this clip, you might be looking at Pantheon's items, and he actually has a Mana Manipulator. And this Pantheon was actually really bad, but it's not like he was dumb. Because right when I popped off my shield, he would actually come and try to deal as much damage as he could to me. But typically, you're going to want to be farming as Sion and do 1 hit of damage on each of the caster minions, and then pop your W, and you will kill them all. But if you do want to harass and they're being very aggressive, you could also Q them and then pop your W on them. Okay, so usually mid-game, you're going to be around level 9 to 11, and you're probably going to want to be and get your third set of items. And your third set of items will you'll have quite a lot of gold from your farm. You'll buy boots, and you're going to want to either get, if you want to be a ganky Sion and gank a lot, you're going to want to be getting boots of mobility. Or if you want to get that, if you really want to deal more damage, you could get those penetration boots. But I prefer penetration boots just because I love them. Then after, you're going to want to get your needlessly large rod and build that into a Rabadon's death cap. Right after you're done your Rabadons, you're going to want to build a Sheen and then build that into a Lich Bane. And we'll get into the other items late game for late game items. But pretty much, you're going to want to get your Rabadon's death cap and Lich Bane mid game. And mid game, you're going to, once you get those core items, you're going to start wrecking. And usually Sion is good late game, but early game. Usually Sion's good early game, but really, in these clips here, I actually sucked early game. I have 2 games that I played, and I just use clips from that of my Sion play, so I can make a guide for him. But really, I sucked early game with these games, But really, Sion actually wrecks early game. So I'm actually going to show you one of my fails here versus the support Pantheon. But usually he's really good early game, but sometimes, you know, I just kind of fall off the whatever analogy I wanted to say, and, you know, just don't do as well, and we all have bad games, I must say. Now for late game, Sion, if you're farmed, even if you don't have any kills, like in my games, I had like maybe 1 kill and like 3 deaths, but then I come back late game and I have my core items and I just wreck. It's like, it's completely, he wrecks late game if you're farmed. It doesn't really matter about kills on him, I must say. I don't really care that much about kills as I get ganked, but you know, Sion is really good late game if you're farmed. Kills don't really matter on him. Just get farmed, and that's really my advice for early game. Just farm, farm, farm. Then late game, you're gonna want to be building your, what is it? Friggin' hourglass, Zonia's hourglass. And then after you get your hourglass, you could either get like Abyssal Scepter or something like a Guardian Angel and help you sustain and all that stuff. And right here I actually tried to flash for that Ashe, but it kind of failed. And the Ashe is actually fed, so I kind of wanted to kill her. But, you know, you can't get everything. And as you can see, I'm 4-5 this game, and I was actually 1-4. And that just shows the power of farming on Sion, because I'm completely tanking this team right now. And if she didn't get my shield, she would have been dead there, probably. But yeah, so get that Abyssal Scepter or get some defense. And really, you'll just be a tanking wrecking machine. So now let's get into some masteries here. Just go 2109, just go standard, extra monster buff duration. Not too hard on him because you're playing him AP. Runes, cooldown reduction, blues, armor, seals. You could really do a lot of stuff for seals. I just like armor for the lane. And health quintessences or AP quintessences. I do prefer AP quintessences though. And a magic pen.
When this began, I had nothing to say, and I get lost in the nothingness inside of me. I was confused, and I let it all out to find that I'm not the only person with these things in mind. But all of me can see the words revealed is the only real thing that I've got left to feel. Just stuck, hollow and alone, and the fault is my own, and the fault is my own. I wanna heal, I wanna feel.
Hey guys, thanks for watching, and please leave a comment saying what I could improve on with my guides and all that stuff. And if you want to see the next champion in my upcoming guides, I want to do them all. It's a big dream, but it might happen, you never know. And just leave a comment saying what champion you want next. See you guys later.
Somewhere I belong.